Hello, my beautiful divine collective. I've got the need to read. It's been heavy on my heart all day long. I've been waiting for a good time and I don't know, I've been a little tired. It's been a minute since you guys see me. And something about today said that we needed to read. My hair was up in a ponytail, and now it's like got that like weird bump. Light's bad in here, isn't it? Anyway, Echo, turn the light brightness up. Okay. That might have helped. Well, you guys are here for the messages, not to see me, right? Or maybe you're here to see me too. That's cool. Either way, before we get started, as we get started, make sure you hit your subscribe button. Basically because it's been calling me names. So I think somebody should hit it. If you love me, you'll hit it. Teach it a lesson, push that subscribe button a lesson. That's stupid. Oh my God. Um, let's pretend I didn't make that joke. Um, but no, I would like you to subscribe so that you can see me again and I can see you again and I can see your comments. When you comment, let me know you're here. Who are you? Where are you from? What you're doing? How goes it? Whatever you feel like putting in there. We got some cards coming out, you guys. My How to Work Around Collective. And if you don't know what the How to Work Around Collective is, first of all, what have you been doing with your life? I'm fucking with you. No, the How to Work Around Collective is just the collective of people in which I am here to serve, and any all those that are in my realm and those that align with my vibe and my work, and um, they might be the people that read my book, they might be the people that take my programs, they might be the people that work with me one on one, it might be the people that listen to these readings. Um, if you find your way into my realm, consider yourself in the club. And in the club, we all fam. All right. So as we get going, hmm, I don't know why. Yeah, so it's so strong. And I started earlier with a reading just kind of for myself. And it was really powerful because it hit like the nail on the head for myself. So I'm really excited to see what happens in this. Right off the bat, we're coming in heavy with this Ace of Pentacles, which means this is good. This is good, you guys. This is really good, you guys. You're getting something that you've been wanting. So what have you been wanting? What have you been wanting? Hmm. It's a desire. It's something that you've been desiring. It feels like you've waited a very long time for this. What might that be for you? Put that in the comments. Tell me, tell me, tell me. What are you waiting on? And another card's coming out. We haven't even gotten the story done yet. Hang on. Haven't even gotten through the story of what this picture is painting yet. So we have our Eight of Pentacles. You're getting something that you've been wanting. What have you been wanting for a really long time? It is a deep desire, this Ace of Pentacles. And you see how it like floats? You can't. And it's in the hand of like God, basically. This is from the divine. Like this is being delivered from God. Okay. So we've got that going on. Hang on, my phone is ringing. Radcliffe Elementary. Okay, well, they'll leave a message. Okay. Next. Hang on, that threw me off. I'll be back. Um, just a little Cardi B action will get you back in alignment real fast. Do a little you get back into alignment, okay? That's how it works. Try it. Promise. I'm fucking with you. That is not an alignment tool. That's just something I do because it's fun to do. Okay. Um, I guess it could be an alignment tool. Hell, I don't know. I don't judge. It brightens my day, brings me joy to do a little tongue roll action. Okay, so we're getting a gift from the universe itself, from God Himself, hand delivered to you. Something you've been waiting on for a really long time. Why I'm doing this action with my hands like that. I don't know. Maybe because I'm trying to grab it. I don't know. I'm feeling grab. I want to grab it. Ugh. It's mine. It's mine. It's already yours. Something you've been waiting on for a really long time, and it's already yours. Will finally show up. You're being rewarded. No, you're not. No, that is the absolute wrong terminology. You're not being rewarded. You are finally getting what you deserve. You're finally getting what you wanted. You're finally getting what you deserved the entire time. This is like a karmic reward. You've put in the spiritual bank for this. This is like your spiritual ROI. This is your spiritual return on investment. You are literally getting what you deserve, but it's in a very really positive way. And this doesn't feel small. This one feels big. So, what is the big desire of your heart? Maybe it's money. I'm gonna read this voicemail to myself really quick. Blah 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 blah. Beginning this that. Checking up on blah. Safe and joy. Okay. Okay. Cool. So you're getting something that you wanted. And then it leads us here to you embodying this Queen of Wands energy. And who is she? What is she all about? Well, first of all, she's solar plexus. She is in yellow. We have a yellowy theme going on. We have a yellowy bluey theme going on. Can I hold all of these up the way that there's okay? So we've got yellow and blue. 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 And this ends in love, by the way. So don't go anywhere because this ends really, really good. And we're not over. We're not done yet. Um, she's wearing yellow. This is dripping in self-worth, is what I really, really, really want to add here. Dripping in self-worth. Um, feeling really good about yourself, okay? Mm. You're also finding joy, and that is why you're feeling good about yourself. And I heard special delivery. What are you waiting on? Is it a package? What are you waiting on in the mail? What are you waiting on in the mail that's going to get life-changing? What did you do? What did you do? What did you do for yourself? You ordered something. You ordered something, or something's on its way to you. You're waiting like on a big deposit, possibly. Special delivery. So how this manifests physically for you, I don't know. There's so many possibilities. Let me tune into the collective a little bit and see what the possibilities are. Somebody's getting a pet. Somebody's getting a package. Somebody's ordered something in the mail that is for your self care, health, wellness. Like, did you purchase but it feels like a big purchase, like a gym, not like gym, but like a machine, like a workout machine or something. If you buy like a treadmill, um, Or maybe you purchase a gym membership, or I'm also seeing new clothing. So like maybe you got new clothes, but you're waiting for something because it's the energy of waiting for it. But it's big and it's life changing. And I don't know, something like a whole new wardrobe could really make like change your life. Like maybe it's a whole new wardrobe because you just got like a different type of job and something that you're waiting on. So I'm seeing packages coming in the mail, but but it's not just any package. It's not just like your normal Amazon delivery. Okay, this is something very particular, very special that you've been waiting on that is arriving, that is life changing. This is a deposit that is not your typical paycheck. This is something outside of your normal paycheck that's getting deposited if you've been waiting on funds. Um, I feel like you know that this is coming too. This is not a surprise. This is a finally, okay? And this will increase your confidence by a gazillion. You will be dripping in self-worth. Dripping in self-worth, you're going to have a renewed sense of joy. And I do feel like it's related to work in a way, or will improve your work, will improve your career. It could lead to a transition in your career, like the confidence boost that you're going to get from this, the way that you're going to, this dripping in self-worth will lead to a change in, I know I'm so animated with my hands. My husband makes fun of me all the time. It's like, he's like, he'll be like, put your hands still and say it now. I'm like, I can't, I literally can't. I have to talk to my hands. The, so this might be with the wand here, a new sense of self-worth is bringing in some kind of change in your career or your business. I'm seeing businesses too and entrepreneurs, and entrepreneurs, and you're going to have more joy in what you do, more purposeful, more meaningful work. And then there is a little surprise. So I am seeing that there is a little bit of a surprise to this. Okay, I was wrong. I just got corrected. There is a bit of a surprise. There's something about this, something that this will do for you, something that this will shift and change in your life that will surprise you. Um, this is like God knows you've been waiting on this, but it's also like better than you could have imagined that it would be too, because there's an element of surprise, and that's on purpose. God wanted it to be on purpose so that it would feel more special for you, is what I'm hearing. Like, because you've been waiting so long, it's like, here's a little bonus, here's a little added, here's a little like something extra to make it up for the time that you had to wait. Um, okay. Not in your wildest dreams. Not in your wildest dreams. So this is something you dream up. So I want you to put up like your vision board in your mind, okay, of all the things that you want. And it's like, it's not even on the board. Like this is like the big one that you were maybe too scared to even ask for. You're scared to even put it on the board. You're like, that's so out of the realm of possibilities. I'm not, why the fuck would I put that on my dream board? Why would I do that? Why would I intentionally disappoint myself? Like that's kind of the vibe that I'm getting. It's like I'm not going to intentionally disappoint myself. I'm not going to hurt my own feelings by wishing for this or dreaming for that or envisioning this thing that's like completely impossible. Okay. But so it's not in your wildest dreams. Like not in my wildest dreams would that happen to me. Um, but it is like that's the thing that's coming in is the thing of your wildest dreams. So we have our normal dreams, right? Our normal goals or things that you're doing, going after, but this is not those. These are not these are when it comes, you're going to say, of course it was this. But also, it's not going to be what you expected because it was of the wildest dreams. And it was the ones that you hardened your heart towards. It's the dream you hardened your heart towards because you thought it wasn't possible. But when you get it, you'll know it's for you. You'll know it's yours. You know it belonged to you and that it always has. Um, and that it was meant for you because you've been manifesting it, because it's been your deepest desire. It's been the one in the wildest dreams. But there's been a doubt and there's been a hardened heart where you haven't. So you'll be like so grateful when you get it. You're going to be like, I wanted this, I desired this, I manifested this, I did put that out there into the universe. I did dream this up. I did think about that. I did, but I didn't think I was going to actually get it. I didn't think I was going to actually get it. But of course I got it. It's mine. So even if it's coming in and even if you're aware of a lot of it, because like I said, there's an awareness, there's part of this that you know, and then an element of surprise. So so you know something's coming, but it's just going to be like better than you could have imagined. And then we have our lovers here. Okay. We've got our two of cups, divine love. I'm seeing this almost as a mirror of you looking at yourself though. So I'm seeing both. Some of you in the collective will be romantic love. Some of you in the collective will be self-love with this. Leaning more towards a self-love because I feel like it's two different versions of you. A version of you in the past, kind of staring at and face to face with the version of you in the future and being like, wow. And them interchanging love. Interchanging love. Um, yeah, interchange like sharing love, like giving love back and forth to each other. So like the past version of you is going to look at this future version of you. Okay, but stay with me. So the past version of you is going to be the you that's currently here right now, the one that's watching this with me today. That will be the current version of you. But when you get here, once this gift arrives and you have this shift in self-worth, and then you get the thing and you're like, wow, that I didn't think I was going to ever actually get that. It's going to change you. Receiving this, finally getting this is going to change you on such a deep level, on a cellular level within your DNA. It's going to change you so much as a person that you will be such a next level version of yourself. Okay. Um, you're going to be the evolved version of yourself. And then you are who you are right now is going to be like in awe, like this past version would be in awe of who this future version of yourself will be. And then this future version of yourself is going to be really grateful to your current version of yourself right now, the one that's watching this, but will in the future be the past version of yourself and be very grateful for all the things that you're doing, the steps that you're taking, the things that you're doing, these things that you're enacting and putting in place. Um, the parts of this that are expected, the parts of this that you do know because you're the one that got the ball rolling on it. Do you get what I'm saying? Like you put these things in motion. So you're you're gonna expect it to a degree, but you're also gonna be mind blown. And God has a super secret, special addition to this to make sure that it feels very, very special for you. How long have I been on? I lose literal, I lose track of time. Um, when I'm reading, I don't know. I don't see a I don't know. Whatever. We're on till we're on. We're done when we're done, I suppose. What do you better do anyway? Huh? What do you need to do? Just take me with you. Take your phone with you. Take me with you to go cook dinner or in the car or whatever you need to do. Just take me with you. That's what I do. My readers. I pause it and then I get in the car. Then it hooks up to the Bluetooth and I'm like, okay, we're back on. And I listen to 27 minutes of reading and then pause it and I come back later and I listen to some in the bathtub and then I'll come back later and finish it up at bed. That's how I do mine. I do them in sections. I got a lot going on in my life. I'm a busy woman. And sometimes I gotta, hour-long reading, man. I gotta break that up into four pieces. And I have ADHD, so sometimes I gotta stop. Okay. So you can break me up into pieces. That sounds really harmful. You can watch the video in separate increments. Okay. Yeah, don't break me into pieces. Don't do that. No. Okay. Ace of Swords reversed. Why? Ooh, maybe this is why. Hierophant. Hierophante. This is a complete change in your mental state and divine balance that comes with this. What is this referring to? What change in what mental state? We need details. This is too vague. Spirit, we need details. Okay, another. The Queen of Swords in reverse, too. Like changing the mental state around. Complete change in your mental state around a person. You're completely rethinking a person in your world, and you'll know exactly who I'm talking about. Um, this is also part of the change. This new version of yourself, when you get here, okay, this new version of yourself, there's somebody that's going to be in the past that will stay with the past version of yourself. The new evolved version of yourself is not going to have this person in your life anymore. Okay. And you know who your forever people are. There's that poem that's like a reason, a season, a lifetime. Okay. Like if you have lifetime people, I'm not talking about them. We're talking about seasonal people or reason people. Okay. So use your own judgment. Tarot's not here to tell you to break up with somebody or stop talking to somebody that you love. Okay. You have to apply this to your life, how it fits, and take it as it resonates. And if it doesn't, then it wasn't your reading. Okay, leave it, just leave it there. Take the pieces and apply it to how it is. So I'm seeing it as a person. You could also swap that with a place or a thing, but I'm feeling it as a person for the mass majority of you who will watch this. You will know who this person is after this description. Okay. This is a person who is stubborn. This is a person who is selfish. This is a person who hoards things, love, energy, resources. Somebody who's very cautious about giving, not generous, not generous, guarded around. And I'm feeling like it's probably like they've probably had to be for some reason. Like there's always a rhyme or reason, to why people are the way that they are. So I don't want to say it's like a bad person, but this is a person who is in a survival mindset. This is a person who um, has a scarcity mindset, and they very much hoard resources physically, emotionally, because they're in a lack mentality and they are very afraid that there will not be more for them. So they hoard all of this for themselves um, in a scarcity mindset. And so they're really good at getting and obtaining things and um, getting needs met by people, getting resources from people, getting love from people, getting stuff, getting money maybe, getting needs met, and then they get all the stuff and then it just stays with them. There's not a lot of reciprocity energy that comes with this dynamic. Okay. So think about who that might be, the not generous person. And and it's showing that the self worth is on the outskirts of the person. They're disconnected from their own worth. So they might not understand their own value very well, and that's probably why they're staying in this scarcity mindset. But guarded, hardened, stays put, not moving, not moving. They're not moving. They're staying who they are and they're not moving. And you're not seeing change in this person. Mm-mm. And childish and immature is the last descriptors that I want to use. So I'm getting this like pouty, like, oh, it's not gonna be my way. Uh, I can't believe you, blah blah blah. Me. It's this very like pouty, like I didn't get my way, or you didn't do what I wanted you to do, or you didn't respond how I wanted you to respond, or just very like unaccepting of other people's autonomy. So that's the person. What else do we need to know? That person won't be there. Okay, so that's where we are at. That person won't be in the new version of you in this future that we're moving into. Who will be there instead is the possibility. Okay, who will be there is a blank space. Yeah, we're going Taylor Swift on it. All right. Got a blank space, baby, and I'll write your name. So there will be the possibility. You are creating spaciousness. You're creating the possibility of somebody else entering, but I'm not getting an energy of an actual person that takes up any of the space that is created when this person stays behind in your past. Okay, but there is the potential of it, which is a beautiful thing. Let it be there. Let it hang out. Don't feel rushed or the need to like hurry up and fill that space with people. You don't have to fill that space. Just let it be there because you're juggling. And so we're going to let the space be there because you're juggling things right now. And you're doing a balancing act where you're trying to get your own shit together, basically. You've got your own shit to get together. You've got your own things to balance out. Um, you've got your own, like the spirit just says, like to focus on you and your own balancing act right now. What are we juggling? Let's see what we're juggling. Man, this blue-yellow theme has continued throughout this entire reading. I wish you guys could see it. I really need to set up my stuff, like have it, I really need like a designated reading spot again. But I kind of like doing it like in here in the bedroom. Like you guys, that sounds dirty. I'm not saying that. But I like being comfortable in my bedroom because I got like a heat blanket and I don't know, it's snuggly and fun. I like to do the readings in here. I like to do the readings in here. Get your freaking mind out of the gutter, people. Look, okay, that's not what I didn't mean like that. Okay, what was I asking? What are you juggling? You're juggling grief. You're juggling grief of past losses, of past relationships. So maybe this person is part of this, but I'm seeing more than one. You're really so we're juggling the grief of changes in relationships, changes in friendships, changes in social dynamics. There's a lot of changes involving people, the people in your life that you associate with. And that comes as a grief and it comes with a loss and it sucks and it's hard and I'm sorry. And that's just really made it hard for you to juggle. That's something that you're juggling is going through grief processes while also trying to change yourself for the better, trying to evolve into this next person version of yourself that you're getting ready to evolve into. And you're in an in-between state. You're in a weird liminal phase where you feel a bit isolated and even maybe a little bit lonely. And that's perfectly okay and perfectly normal, says Spirit, that you feel that way. But your focus is way too much on the past, okay? Um, but rightfully so, because the grief is from it's about the past. It's about these past people. And so, and I see you shining a light on that past. It's awareness, it's bringing understanding, that's helping with the grief process. We're seeing why this happened, why that happened. I changed in this way, they changed in that way, that happened like this, the person actually passed away. These things happen that led, this is how I got here, right? We're shining the light on the past. If you want to look at the hermit's actually facing towards the past in my read. And so he's shining that light on the past, looking back at things, but in order to gain wisdom and understanding. And that's going to help with that grief process. But you're coming back so wise, and you can't go back because now you're wise. Like you cannot unknow what you know now. Okay, you can't unknow what you know now. These this stuff has changed, the changes and the losses and the stuff, it's changed you too much for you. You cannot ever go back to being who you used to be. And right now you sit before me as this in-between person, in between who you used to be and who you're going to be. And it's uncomfortable for you. And I get that. Um, who wants to do that? Who wants to be a weird in-between thing that's not either? I'm not that, but I'm also not this yet either. And I'm stuck right here in the middle. Like, who wants to be that? It's uncomfortable, the process of change. But think of like the butterfly and all the phases of the butterfly, where it goes from being caterpillar to a butterfly. Some weird stages in between where you're frozen, crystallized is the message that's coming up for me. Um, in the chrysalis, you're in the chrysalis, and you're literally crystallized. If you think about like when water freezes, you know, the water molecules, they freeze, crystallize. if you were to look at it under a microscope, it looks like crystallized, and that's frozen. Like you're being frozen. Like I'm stuck. I'm frozen in time. So that's what like we call like being frozen in the void in my world. Um, suspended in space, frozen, stuck in time. So we're stuck in a moment where there's not a lot of movement, and I'm feeling that that's uncomfortable because you maybe want to move. I mean, you want to move, you want to get on with it, um, but you also kind of want to go back, and so that's why you haven't fully grieved. So that's why you're feeling that way. That's why you're feeling so stuck. That's why you're so frozen in time. Because I wish I could go back. I wish I could go back. I wish I could go back. I wish I could be that version of me again. I wish I could be back there with those people. I wish I could be back doing that thing. But also, you know you can't. So now you're just like, I can't, and I'm here, but I'm not there. And what's it going to take for me to get that? And mhm, what's it going to take for me to get there? It's a good question. We have the Ace of Wands out here too, but God's giving you a task. Okay, I don't know, an order, a task, a task. What's the task? The task is to be generous. The task is to give. The task is to love. The task is to mm, I love this. Guess what the task is? Wildest guess. Put it in the comments. Wildest guess. Let's see if you're right. I wonder if anybody's gonna guess it. Tune in. Come on. Let's play. Let's play. Let's play spirit. Let's play psychic abilities. Okay. Let's see. Can you tune in? Can you get the answer right? Can you connect to what I'm connecting to? Um, the task is to share your wisdom. That is what God wants you to be generous around, is sharing your wisdom, sharing your wisdom. So all of this knowledge that you've acquired through going through these painful things and the losses and the stuff that's been hard that you're grieving. Sorry, I'm tapping it just it's like keeping me in the flow. Um, sharing sharing your experience. So something about this experience. So I'm seeing actually somebody that lost an actual person. And I don't know in what way that person was lost, but I feel I'm seeing like an organization, a cause, like a donation thing. Yeah, now I'm getting a ringing. That's that's for somebody. I'm seeing like a thing, like a donation, like a charity, you like setting up something in somebody's name, like in their honor as like a legacy for them. So there's a task. There is something actionable that you can do to help you through this grief process. Do you understand? Okay. Um, and that one was for somebody. So if it's a sorry, I just got like a big wave of sad. Um, if somebody lost like a child, but like I see like an older child, like this is your kid, but it's an older kid, like they weren't little bitty, like teenager, like a teenager. And you just feel like you want to like go on a mission, on a cause to like, yeah, prevent this from ever happening to anybody else again. Like, yeah, that's what I'm feeling like. You said so much energy and emotion about it. and you want to channel it into good. And you've been thinking about like, yeah, I'm getting so many tingles and chills now. You've been thinking about like, can I make like a nonprofit organization or, a march or a race or something in their name and their honor. I'm even seeing legal, like a law. Um, like maybe that they passed in some kind of way that like this should not have happened. There needs to be a change. Like this could have easily been prevented if there was a law, if there was a sign, if there was like if the city or the county or the state, I don't know how big, how big the system is in which you would need to face, but like if the leadership like would have done what they needed to do, like if they would have had something in place, um, as a protection, this wouldn't have happened. And so there's something about like actually making like a law and like you going into like the legal um system to make a change so that other people don't have to go through the same pain as you. Um, that's pretty powerful. Like because yeah, like I heard just keep hearing um, legislation, and that this shouldn't have happened. It could have been prevented. It shouldn't have happened. I don't normally read like pick up on like deaths and people that have like crossed over, but when I do, it's got to be a big one because that's not like I'm not like a medium. That's not my typical thing. Um, mm. And so I don't know how that action is going to show up for the other people in the collective that is not the person. It's one person. It's literally one person. That message was for a person um about the legislation. I don't know how that energy is going to show up for the rest of the collective about your task to do to help with your grief situation. And I'm not getting any other messages about tasks, but there is an actionable step for you. Even, and I'm just going to throw this out there from a logical standpoint, grief counseling therapy, somebody who can help you, or even like just Googling like how to, you know, grieve losses and, understand going through tough changes, life transitions and things like that. That could be as simple as that. What this is going to do for you once you actually implement this change, okay? Or begin that journey of starting the organization or whatever it is, the change in the legislation. What it's going to do for you, I can feel the energy, but I can't really like explain it. Hang on. Okay, it's going to make you less rigid. Okay, there we go. It's going to make you less rigid because I'm seeing it's going to unfreeze you. Oh, okay. It's going to make you less rigid. You feel cold. You're cold and rigid. That's because your heart's been shattered, broken, and grieving. So you haven't known what to do with all of that. So you've just been being a block of ice and like, who can blame you? I don't blame you. Who could blame you? And if anybody's judging you, fuck them. They don't know what you've been through. You've been through some things, and this is going to unfreeze you. This is going to be the thing. This action will help you get unstuck. And instead of being in this weird frozen liminal awkward space that you're in right now, you'll start to see some movement. Um, we've shined the light on the past. We're going to start shining that light on the future instead. That same little, um, light that he's holding. We're just going to take it, and instead of shining it on the past, we're going to shine it in the future and look ahead a step. So that's what it's going to do. It's going to we're going to thaw you out. Okay. We're going to get out of the chrysalis. We're going to start getting some little wings there and moving forward into evolving into this beautiful, amazing person that you're going to be. And it doesn't mean you're not beautiful and amazing right now. It just means that you're in mid process. Okay. And you're beautiful the whole time. Every single bit of this was beautiful. You are amazing. My collective is amazing. I love you guys so much. You know that, right? And if the big message, the individual one was for you, I would love to know if you feel comfortable enough to say that in the comments. You can say that in the comments. And the card that I pulled from my deck from the How to Wear a Crown um, Divine Guidance cards. Sorry, it's so dark. It's dark in here, and I didn't want to turn on the light. The consequences. So you're facing the consequences. Um, facing the consequences. Accepting too, or accepting the reality of what has taken place, the levity, the weight. I feel like you can't put the weight down until you accept how heavy it truly is. That's kind of what I'm thinking. You can't, you know, stop feeling that emotion until you accept that that emotion is what you're feeling. So there's a lot of consequences, right, that have taken place. And this happened to you. Okay. That's what I'm seeing. This happened to you. You have not done anything wrong to get consequences like you're being punished, but this is just the repercussions of the events that have taken place that hurt you and broke your heart and left you in this place where you're hurting. Okay. And where you had to guard your heart and where you're frozen, kind of stuck in between. It was a change you didn't ask for. Okay, that's what I just heard. As a change that you didn't ask for, I didn't ask to be changed. I was kind of, that's what it's like. It was like I was cool with who I was. I was cool with the version of myself that I was. I was cool with the way things were. I didn't ask to be changed like this. But it happened anyway. And we either flow with the change and evolve, or we stay stuck forever. And that choice is going to be up to you with that, where did it go, that action. Okay. And we know you feel like this. I know you feel like this. Spirit knows you feel like this. Just discouraged, down in the dumps, destitute, spiritual bankruptcy. God knows you feel like that. Okay. You're not unseen by the universe. You have not been forgotten by God. Okay. You have not been forgotten by God. You're just in the consequences, the repercussions of the changes that have occurred and the things that have taken place and the life being life. Pain is part of life, and nobody wants to hear that when they feel the way that you do right now. But here is our advice, and then I'm gonna let you go. Remember who you are in meditation. So find your tranquility, facing the past with that light, facing the present, facing the weight of it all, facing the emotions, naming the emotions, um, is going to take a little bit of just sitting with yourself, just be with yourself with the pain. Okay. Be with yourself with the pain. Make it a spiritual meditative process. Okay. Because grieving doesn't have to look like this. It can also look like this. Okay. I don't have to grieve. Like, I think we have this like weird preconceived notion that because we're grieving the loss of somebody or the loss of things that like we have to there that we have to just stay in the sadness, depression energy, and that that's the only way to show to express grief, but that is absolutely not true. Um, Grief can look like finding your joy again and exploring things. Grief can look like going and doing self-care and getting a massage and going, it doesn't just have to be crying in bed and going to therapy. Grief can look like exercising again. Grief can, oh, with the exercise machine. So we had that card that said there was a package and maybe an exercise machine or something like that. It can look, grief can look like finding yourself again. Grief can be remembering who you are. That is also part of grief, is remembering who you are and that you existed before the loss, that you existed before the grief, that you exist apart from the the person that you lost, the thing that you lost, the place that you lost. And I don't want to say that in a way that's like rude or hurts anybody's feelings or is like disrespectful, okay? Because I get it. When you love somebody, how could you imagine, right? Like to be in a life without them, that they were yours and you were theirs and all the stuff, right? But you exist still a, apart from them. You are your own being. You're your own individual human person. You still exist. You might not feel like living fully yet, but you're still here. And we can start seeking some moments of joy, some moments of pleasure. We can transmute that energy, that grief energy, into something positive in the world. You can do something with that that isn't just carry it. Okay. Funnel it, use it as fuel to back something amazing and powerful and transformational and good in the world. Get yourself back. Remember that you still exist. You exist and you're sad. You exist and you're grieving. You exist and you're angry. And you will return to a state of love. And you will look at the person you will become in the future in awe. Okay, that is more than enough. That is all I got. I laid it out on the line for you guys. So I am wrapping up the video. I want to thank you guys so much for being here. If you haven't subscribed yet, if you didn't subscribe, because the button called me names at the beginning and you found value in this reading, then maybe you can subscribe now. Like it if you got something out of it. There's some kind of hype button thing. You can do that. You can leave me a comment. Um, 3 things that I want to leave every person with that comes into my world is the knowing that you are worthy, you're powerful, and you are full of potential. And if you want to see more from me, then all the info for how to get a hold of me, how to invest in my offers and all of that kind of stuff will be in the comment in the description below. Love you so much.